I never really grew up thinking like, oh, I want to be a mom. Like, I never played with dolls. I never was like, let's play family. I was very out in the world, like exploring. And so when I did find out I was pregnant, obviously like the first thing I felt was like an overwhelming sense of fear. And I made the decision like, okay, I guess I'm going through with it. This is going to be my secret pain for the rest of my life. I guess a big part of my childhood that like kind of defined my first decision when becoming pregnant was when I want to say 12, like way before I was even interested in boys. I had two of my best friends on my bed and we were just talking about reproductive rights and how I had one friend mentioned if she ever were to get pregnant, she would get an abortion and just not say anything to anyone and just let it be her secret. And thinking at the time like, okay, like that's the thing you do, like you just live with that kind of pain, and like that's how it is. When I had found out the positive on the pregnancy test, I did call and I made the appointment. My heart kind of hurt that whole week. I was thinking like, am I really gonna go through with this? Am I really gonna live with this for the rest of my life? Look at you. Put this right here for now. I kept looking around for options, like what do I do? And thank God I have a phone because it just made finding all these options a lot easier. And I came across the Pregnancy Center of Rockford. I called them while I was at school because I still hadn't told anybody, and nobody besides my partner knew. And they were like, we can actually fit you in the morning on Friday, which so happened to be the time of my abortion. And so I thought like, okay, I guess I can speak with somebody before I go and really get an in-depth look of what my options are. And so I just had a week to like really process like the fact that I was pregnant. Every day, like I just felt like I was kind of suffocating in this overwhelming fear. And I remember the first thing I saw when I walked into the pregnancy care center was a sign that says, just breathe. And it's something that's so like natural for people to do. Like you just kind of forget when you're like, so caught up in fears and stuff. I just felt like a great sense of relief coming in there. Like I felt like home already.
I first met Kaitlyn February of 2019 when she came in for her first ultrasound and pregnancy test. With that began our journey. She introduced herself and said that it couldn't have been a worse time for her to become pregnant. A lot of things were going on in her life, and it was the last thing that she could imagine being a parent right then. As I usually do, I talked to her and learned about her story, and she shared that she had had an appointment already set to go that same day following my visit to get the abortion pill. We discussed all of her options, always with every client that I have. It's my job to empower and give them the truth and the knowledge of what each choice and decision would be and how that would impact their life.
What felt like an hour turned out to be more than that, and little did I know my time for the abortion passed. Like I wouldn't make it if I drove.
I never expected to see her again, and yet 2 weeks later she came back, and I saw something that day when she returned that I had not seen before. She displayed a courage and an inner strength that she didn't see in herself.
From then on, I thought like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do what's best for this baby. Not deciding that I was gonna be a mother, but I was gonna carry through the pregnancy.
Kaitlyn is a compassionate, caring individual, and she said to me that she couldn't harm her baby and that she wasn't sure at that point if she was able to be a parent because she felt too young and just the circumstances in her life, but she wanted to explore the possibility of adoption. And so I followed Kaitlyn's story, meeting with her throughout the year. In this time that was unique for Kaitlyn was she had told me that I was the only person that knew outside of her boyfriend.
I guess what I appreciate most about the Pregnancy Care Center is the fact that I wasn't ready to tell my whole world who I was becoming. I still had that opportunity to talk to somebody and figure out how I was going to become that person. Just to have her like sit me down and like talk through everything and just listen to me, like really listen. Like she responded like to everything I would say, like with such meaningful message and such great advice. It was just like everything I needed, but I didn't know I did. Having the support and help that women need when they are in this time is like just the most wonderful, like magical thing there is, because to actually put yourself out there and to be vulnerable and say like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I need help and someone to talk to, that's exactly what the Pregnancy Care Center is.
The girls are coming and they're in a vulnerable time and a point in their life, and we are here to walk alongside, to support them, to offer them help and hope in a crisis situation where they might not have any.
I just like look back on my whole pregnancy journey, and the best decision I ever made was picking up the phone and making an appointment there and meeting Kathy and getting to talk to her and just know her and be her friend. Like I would never replace that.
I see the difference in these girls from the beginning visit until the end, and just what a joy it is. And that's why I do what I do, is because I can see a difference. Every life has value and purpose.
People do care about you, not just the baby inside of you. And that's exactly what the Pregnancy Care Center of Rockford is. As soon as he came out and I heard his voice like crying, like just shock like hit me. I was so shocked. The 9 months of me being pregnant finally resulted in this. I just birthed life. And that's why I started crying. Ozzy, before I even took a pregnancy test, I knew you were within me, and that feeling just rocked my world. Even seeing the 2 positive lines on the test put me deep within the biggest amount of fear I could ever feel. All the way to feeling you inside me and wondering if I was eating the right foods, to properly taking care of my body so I could take care of you, were all little thoughts I had in my mind constantly. And the moment I saw your ultrasound, I saw your foot and I knew exactly you were going to be like your dad, because you had his long, gross second toe. So I'm sorry you got that from him, but that was like my first moment of picturing who you were going to be as a person, and I could never forget that. And actually meeting you for the first time and looking into your eyes and seeing the little person look back at me, I couldn't wait to see who you'd become. And just being so excited to know I'd have such a strong effect on who that person is. I can't wait to hear your first words and to talk to you, our first conversation, whether it's going to be a lot of, from what I've heard, it's a lot of you say no a lot, even if it won't make sense, and you ask why a lot. And I might not always have the answers, but and what I hope you can really learn from me, or at least know about me, is that you always have my trust, and that I will provide you the best home I can, the best love I can, and that I'm going to be the best mom I can be for you. Because in the end, and from when I first found out I was pregnant, I knew I was going to make the best decision I could for you. It wasn't about having you to show off to the world, like, look at my new accessory. I took the opportunity to really be your mother so that I could shape one individual to be the person I want our future generations to be. Let me tell you, I feel very strongly that most misery that we feel in our life is self-involved. And if you can break that cycle of thinking of yourself, because it's only in our nature to, I know you will be a very happy boy, and I can't wait for you to make relationships with other people. It already feels like you were meant to be here as soon as you were born, and let me say, you have the best uncles in the world. They are so ready to just take you on and have so much fun with you. And you have 2 lovely aunts currently that are gonna love you like you're the most handsome boy in the world, and you're really loved, and your grandparents, everyone is just so happy you're here. And I couldn't be any more happy with my decision of keeping you and having you be a part of our family. I know we gave you one heck of a name, but I love you, Oswald Bo Blackburn. You are the greatest gift I've been given so far in my life.